After giving both the audience and Yuji emotional damage for 3 episodes in a row, JJK Season 2 Episode 21 ends with one of the most satisfying anime moments of all time, with Mahito becoming the prey and Yuji as the apex predator. Man, what an absolutely insane episode of JJK this week. Finally getting the end of Mahito's bitch ass and so many incredible Todo and Yuji moments. This was the episode that I was looking forward to the most, and while I won't say it ended up as my favorite this season, that spot is being held by the previous episode. This was still an amazing episode, despite my few nitpicks that I will get to later in the video. So, without wasting any more time, let's dive in. The episode starts with a reanimated sequence of the final moments from the previous episode, and I don't know if Mahito's VA re-recorded their lines, but it was bone-chilling as usual, which is followed by Todo's insane switch where he's holding Mahito's hands, but of course Mahito's clown ass removes his freaking head from the body, leaving his body with a set of eyes looking like Migi from Parasite, and his head runs around the place like Buggy from One Piece. This man is so unserious it's insane, though Todo is arguably even more unserious than him. I mean, the whole fight is one mentally fucked Yuji fighting a cursed child with his schizophrenic self-proclaimed brother, but hey, that's what makes it so freaking peak. Next up, we see Mahito combining transfigured souls to create a more powerful one with insane firepower that comes at the downside of durability. And while he manages to catch Todo off guard at first, the Giga Chad takes it down and then 2 more in order to join back with his brother. Todo is so easily the best JJK character for me. I don't know if I can trust anyone that doesn't have him in their top 5. Comment down below where he ranks in your top 5. I need to judge you guys' taste. Moving on, after Todo joins back with Yuji, Mahito wonders what he can do about him, coming to the realization that he has to use his domain expansion. But there's a giant problem that's named Sukuna, who's most likely gonna kill him if he tries to touch his soul. And this is where we see one of the most impressive feats in the story, and that is Mahito copying Gojo's application of his domain for 0.2 seconds just by seeing it. And the fact that Mahito is canonically a newborn curse makes this feat even more insane. And the Mahito stocks don't crash there because when he encounters Sukuna, he tells him to shut up and watch as he kills Yuji. Like, you genuinely have to have balls of steel to talk to Sukuna like that. And after Mahito's domain disappears, sadly for our boy Todo, his arm starts getting transfigured. Using his self-proclaimed 530,000 IQ, he makes the quick decision to sever the arm before the damage spreads. What a fucking badass. He then also tanks Mahito's Black Flash by focusing his cursed energy on his stomach. And when Mahito goes in to land the finishing blow, we see Todo's locket fall down. And the reveal of what was inside of his locket is genuinely one of the best reveals in anime, and you can't change my mind. You guys don't understand how insane this reveal was to me when I was reading the manga. And the anime only follow-up to this reveal is easily my favorite moment from the episode and possibly the greatest JJK moment and anime at its peak. Todo, through the power of schizophrenia and delusions, imagines himself jumping Mahito together with Takara-chan while idle music is playing in the background. Like, this is peak fiction. I genuinely don't know what else to tell you guys. And his imagination ends with him clapping Mahito's hand and switching Yuji with him, and Mahito getting hit by a black flash, unfortunately losing his arm, and other arm getting affected by idle transfiguration puts Todo out of commission, leaving the rest to Yuji. But unfortunately for Yuji, after hitting 2 black flashes, Mahito finds the true shape of his soul and transforms into his final form. And kind of a hot take, but I really don't vibe with the design of this final form. Plus, it feels somewhat useless considering the only advantages he gains from it are full body armor and spikes on his body. Honestly kinda lame, not gonna lie. We also get some really cool sequences, particularly one by Keishiro Watanabe that was really damn cool. And the moment where Mahito is just taking all of Yuji's punches was also really epic. Then we switch backstages by Mahito pounding Yuji into the ground, and Yuji realizes that in order to defeat Mahito, he has to land a Black Flash, something that you can't just do at your own will. But Yuji is so in the zone that Mahito feels like he can land it at will. And thanks to one last distraction by Todo's fake out Boogie Woogie, Yuji manages to land a Black Flash with all of his cursed energy that looked absolutely stunning, and in my opinion, the best looking moment from the episode. And Todo remains forever goated, especially with this final moment referencing Netero from Hunter x Hunter. Then we get to the part which most manga readers were looking forward to, and that is Yuji becoming the apex predator when Mahito is the one being hunted. And it was so fucking satisfying to see Mahito crying like a baby who's forgotten how to talk, desperately trying anything he can to try and stop Yuji after he pushed Yuji too far, to the point where Yuji accepts Mahito's line about them being the same. At this point, Yuji does not have any reason he wants to kill Mahito that's gonna mean something on a grander scale, nor does he want any reason to. He just simply wants to kill Mahito. And this was such a well written moment, and even though people love this scene for how cold Yuji is, it's truly sad when you think about his previous cheerful person and always being the one who's trying to crack jokes and stuff, now reduced to someone who's cold and seemingly devoid of emotions. Gege absolutely cooked with this fight and the conclusion to Mahito's character, though it does kind of sour the satisfaction when Brain-kun comes in at the end of the episode. And finally, to end off the video, I wanna talk about some of my nitpicks from the episode that hold it back from being my favorite this season. Starting off, I have no one but myself to blame for that, and that is my expectations. This episode was the one that I was looking forward to the most, and I was somewhat disappointed because of my unrealistic expectations. Moving on is the music. I know this is somewhat of an unpopular opinion, but I really don't like the music in season 2. It just feels like they keep using the few same tracks over and over. Obviously I'm exaggerating, and there are some episodes which are exceptions, but overall and particularly this episode, I really did not like the music aside from the freaking perfect choice of idle music playing during Todo's moment. And the final thing that I didn't necessarily enjoy about this episode was the fact that the direction felt somewhat lackluster, especially considering that this is pretty much the climax of the arc and the best fight in the series with insane amounts of setup. Obviously the direction is not bad, but for pretty much the finale, I personally felt like a lot of other episodes had better direction. But hey, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Feel free to make fun of me for my nitpicks in the comment section down below, and if you for some reason agree with my takes or enjoyed the video, leaving a like on the video would mean a lot, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel too. Thanks for watching, have a nice rest of your day, and hopefully see you guys in my next video.